Okay guys, welcome to another video. I'm going to be explaining a new challenge which I'm currently going to embark on, and if you're new to this channel you will not know that I'm somebody who loves to do a challenge. So last year, I believe it was this time, I started the GE90, which was a 90-day challenge I set for myself, which is basically have the same requirements as the 75 hard, but then I also throw in a couple spiritual ones, some other ones for me to get close to not just my business, my fitness, but also to get closer to God. Then I did a challenge from November, I think it was until February or in March, the 90-day high up wellness public speaking challenge, where every day I had to record a 1-minute video, and I ended up recording on Christmas and on my birthday, which I practically enjoyed and I loved doing. But alongside of that, I did another challenge on this channel, which was a quite hard one, which was for me to start making, I think it was 10k per month by my birthday, which was 26 February the 12th, almost forgot my birthday there, and failed that challenge, which was the first challenge I failed. But now with this challenge, I want to get back into another challenge because I'm somebody who thrives with these levels of responsibility. Now with this challenge specifically, it's not going to be one of those strict or punishment one filled. The whole point of this challenge is for me to basically push my output, because from the 90-day challenge, the higher up public speaking one, I understood that I can output so much every single day. It's just whether I literally just pull up my socks and go through and do it. And today I woke up, had an amazing start to my day. I didn't really get a lot of sleep, but I've said to myself, you know what, let's just continue to crush this day. I woke up at like 5:45, went on a walk, and I came home and read. And I'm currently reading $100 Million Leads. I would pull the book up, my book, and my 2 other books on top of it, so I'll show you guys why not. I'm currently reading $100 Million Leads, and I'm currently on page 178. So about to start flying through this book. I want to finish the Hormozi trilogy, and I also got the other books which I bought from him last year, which was the ad closing book and his ads handbook and his closing handbook. Alongside of that, I have his Lost Chapters book. Sorry, I'm just rambling on about his books because I love his books. But yeah, I'm reading $100 Million Leads, and I saw Hormozi talking about the rule of 100. And when I read it, I was like, this is literally the perfect challenge for me to get involved in right now, because as I spoke about in a video, which I don't know when it's dropping because I've literally recorded, 2 or 3 videos today, alongside of me recording a video yesterday. I want to get back into making content consistently and going hard with content for at least the next 90 days. Hence why when I saw this rule of 100, I was like, this is perfect for me. So in today's video, I'm going to be explaining my breakdown of this challenge. If you want to jump on board, you can copy and paste this. It was so easy for me to make this. Literally just went onto Claude, spoke about the rule of 100, spoke about my criteria and what I want to go through and do, and then I had this whole entire template built out for me. So once again, yes, you can even take the transcript of this video and then ask Claude to replicate the exact same thing. So the whole point is, yes, this is going to be the 100-day challenge for me of Alex Hormozi's rule of 100, and this is my personal edition. Now it's going to be starting from today, which is July the 1st, and it will end October the 9th. And the whole basis of it is it's going to be targeted towards my business and then my personal brand. So those are the 2 main factors that I want to scale inside this time period. Now, if you don't know what is the rule of 100, Alex Hormozi has a rule of 100, which is you do 100 units of lead generation activity every single day for 100 days straight. No days off, no excuses. So the whole point of it is that he will go through and say you have to do either 100 pieces of content per day, but it's not really 100 pieces of content, it's 100 minutes towards content, 100 cold outreaches per day, and 100 minutes of paid ads per day. So he wants you to either work on 100 minutes per day of content, do 100 cold forms of outreach, whether that's you sending out 100 SMSs to random people. Well, there's also another one, which is the warm outreach, but I didn't add that in because my business and my personal stuff, I don't really want to intertwine with my warm leads, with my warm, basically my warm leads. I don't really need it because my business is completely separate, and so is my personal brand. But yeah, I've chosen these 3 avenues for my exact plan. If you want the real plan, you can go to $100 Million Leads, or you can just search online and it's probably there. But the whole point is that for me, I'm not just trying to hit the exact 100 number. What I'm trying to do is push and scale my daily output. And I want to show up every single day for 100 days because I've done it multiple times now. I've done it for my 90-day challenge, and I've done it for the Higher Up Wellness Public Speaking Challenge. So this is exactly how I'm going to be adapting it for myself. So this is going to be how I am adapting it for myself. So currently my business is going to be doing 200 automated outreaches every single day. And I'm not going to count this as my outreach because it'll just be me cheating. But my personal challenge is for me to go out there and do the cold calls for these clients. And I'm going to be splitting it to 100 unit cost of 3 levels, which is cold calls, content, and paying ads. So I just don't want to do just one form of 100 pieces of content per day and 100 forms of cold calling per day. I want to split it, so I'm actually diversifying this. But you're going to see as I go through and change it, the different phases. And I have phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, which I'll explain further down. But yeah, because I don't want to just do one and focus on one, because he says go through and focus on either 100 pieces of content, 100 minutes of content per day, 100 cold outreaches per day, or 100 minutes of paid ads. I don't want to personally do that. So the whole reason why I've emphasized over here that this challenge is 100% for Clinic Flow plus my personal brand is because I also direct a hair and beauty parlor, so I don't want to get that intertwined and mixed in as well. This is specifically just for my personal brand and my business, which I have co-founded. So this is going to be my daily split. I'm going to be doing 25 cold calls per day. I'm going to do 60 minutes of content minimum per day, and then 20 minutes towards paid ads. But as you can see here, this says starts at phase 2 and not in phase 1, which once again, you'll see as I go further down. But the whole point is this will be in total a maximum of around, or minimum around 105 units. And then on weekends, it will be 100. So the whole thing is I will not be doing cold calls on Saturdays and Sundays. Main reason why is because I know I will not find no time for that. And secondly, I don't think the conversions are best on those days. Monday to Fridays are work days in the UK. So it just makes sense for me to call them on those days. And no paid ads. The only reason why is because we're not running paid ads right now. Once running paid ads, then yeah, I can do that on a Saturday and Sunday. But for the meantime, I'm not doing that. And my main thing is that I want to go hard on content right now more than anything else, because for me personally, I just think content is the best thing and I enjoy just making content. So that is the main avenue that I'm going to be focusing on. So this is going to be my 3-phase plan for me to execute on this challenge. So in the first 30 days, which is from day 1 to day 30, July the 1st to July the 30th, so this month, I'm going to be executing on 80 minutes of content per day, alongside of doing 25 cold calls per day. But on weekends, once again, this will not count. Now, when it says on weekends 80 minutes per day with the cold calls as a rest day, I will try my best and most likely still go through and do 100 minutes on the weekends rather than just doing the 80 minutes, because I want to actually hit this 100-minute output per day minimum if I'm not going to be cold calling on those days. Then phase 2 is 31 days to 70 days. Now, this is when I now switch it up and we now start working on paid ads. The main reason why I'm giving myself this 30-day leeway is because we are now going heavy on cold outreach at this very moment. So my whole plan is within the next 30 days, because we would have done a lot of output towards cold outreach, we'd either be in a better position to go towards paid advertising, or we're just going to switch our strategy to be doing paid advertising alongside of cold advertising. So that's when I'm going to switch from 80 minutes to now 60 minutes of content creation every single day, and 25 cold calls per day, and then paid ads 20 minutes per day. Now, once again, here it says rest day for cold calls and paid ads, but I may be switching between, because I just think, like, if you create content, you understand that paid ads and creating content are basically the same thing. The only difference is obviously the tracking aspect of it. You're going to have to do more tracking towards paid advertisement because there's more inputs and there's more things that you can actually track. There's more variables. Whereas content is just, bro, you hit record and paste it. You can look at your insights, but it's not as crucial as paid advertising. But when I'm focusing on the paid advertisement, it will most likely be like creating new hooks, finding new hooks, recording new hooks and stuff like that. And in phase 3, this is going to be the full blast of everything. And this is going to be basically the last sprint of the 100 meters. That's when I'm going to be doing 50 minutes of content a day. So I'm going to be decreasing on content because in my personal and humble opinion, firstly, I would have gotten so ahead on content because these weekend slots will be 100 minutes. I'm even going to change this from 80 minutes to 100 minutes. So if you hear my cat. But then additionally, in this stretch, I believe I'll be so far ahead. She's climbing my heater. Sky. But why? Just let me show you guys. Just no reason. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. I will be so ahead on content that the biggest constraint there will be editing all of that. So my whole plan is that I will get into a position where I'm able to output whether it's 3 to 5 pieces of content on every single platform, every single day based off that much. And I'm having all the content being transcribed. I can turn that into community posts, Twitter X posts alongside with the videos, the long form videos, they are all being broken down into short form content. So the whole plan is I'm going to be focusing on long form content, such as videos like this, and then videos on my main channel and obviously my business channel, giving them to my editor or any other editors that I may potentially work with, but most likely my main editor right now. Get all of those shorts edited out and scheduled, and then I'll be recording regular shorts on my own phone, like on just TikTok, the more natural upfront talking head ones, and posting those out too. So it'll be every day. I'll be so ahead in content. I'll be at least 3-4 months ahead, because I know for me, an hour a day, I can get out at least 2 to 3 videos. Like this is going to be 3 videos, 4 videos from today alone. So the plan is obviously just keeping the momentum and consistently doing this. And then 25 minutes of paid ads, so that cranks up again by 5 minutes. And then this here is when I'll truly be doing 100 outputs per day, whereas before it's going to be 105 here and there. So yeah, so what counts for myself? Now, what I'm going to change here is the fact that one reel or one TikTok film equals one piece. I'm not going to count this towards the one film piece. Main reason why is because the way that I have my system set up right now with Claude, I get content ideas like that. And also just the way that I'm reading and my life, I get content ideas like that. I get so many ideas. So I don't want to limit my output to something so small and minuscule, in my humble opinion. Then, for example, I could be limited it to, 3 pieces of content is 100 minutes. So I'm actually just going to scrap this and just say minimum 60 minutes. But then I would say, what does 60 minutes look like? If you're somebody who wants to get on board, I would say, because this is my second channel, I can be fully transparent. All of these cuts are happening because my Loom keeps crashing for some random reason. But anyway, if you're somebody who wants to get on board, where I'm going to scratch this is one scripted video. I don't really like this. Like, I will go back through and I'll update my own. But personally, I think at least one long form video should be recorded per day. That is my bare minimum. Short form videos, come on, it's so much easier to create. I think at least one long form video or 5 short form videos. That is like I like that spot, at least for an hour piece of work. And this is not even me looking at the 80 minutes. And then for cold calls, I'm going based off dial. Main reason why is that's how I'm going to be starting. Going 60 days down the line or 30 days down the line, will it still be dials? Most likely not. But just for the meantime, I'm going to be going based off dials, because I don't want to go full steam ahead into these challenges. One thing that I've learned is that the best way for me to finish challenges is to not go full steam ahead. It is for me to get the reps in, build the habit, and then start making the challenge a little bit harder as I go on. So now this is going to be my daily tracker, and then I'm going to have a weekly tracker at the bottom. But log each day, keep it under 2 minutes and fill it in 1 per row. So did I do 20 cold calls? How many did I do? How many minutes of content did I go through and create? Or how much time did I spend creating content? Ads is phase 1, so there's nothing that gets done. And then what I made today. And then this is like, for example, speaking on an offer that was actually made for one of my clients. I don't know why it's there, but sure. And then the key milestones. So by day 30, what I want to sit there and say is I've completed phase 1. I'm going to review which content is the best, kill what flopped, double down on what worked, and then write paid ads for phase 2 for my business. And what I'm even going to be doing is I'm just going to be using Claude for a lot of these things. I'm going to have Claude doing monthly analysis reports for me. I'm going to have Claude reevaluating and, well, just not even just reevaluating, but just evaluating my content. I'm going to be having, by day 7, day 50, are the calls converting, and I'm going to be tracking this aspect of it. Are the ads getting results? Adjust, don't just grind blind. So even Hormozi talks about the importance of tracking, because if you're not tracking, how can you fix what you're not measuring? And then day 70, it will be September the 8th, phase 2 is complete. Which client flow ad angles are converting? So this is one of the main reasons why I want to be focusing on content creation first, because through content creation, you can actually find what works best for paid ads. So even, for example, when I run ads for my client, all I know is that the best things that perform is what was organic content in the first place. So literally those content, even today I spoke to the team and I said, I want you to go through, find the best organic posts that we have, and then put those into the Google Drive, and I'm just going to put them as paid ads, because if a video is getting 70k views on Instagram, it's probably going to do well as an ad. And then day 100, the challenge is done. 100 days, you showed up every single day, review the results, celebrate the work, and set the next 100. So the whole plan is I want to go through and ensure that I'm executing on this day by day, improve my outputs, because the thing is, I'm the type of person who I work every single day, but not everything that I may work on is the highest return on investment task. Because let's say something small pops up and I enjoy doing it, I will spend my time fixing it. So this is going to be a challenge where at least I know that my daily outputs are actually reflecting something good, and I'm doing some form of outreach, so I'm actually growing every single day rather than just doing the little building tasks that I just feel like doing. Especially in summer, so it's going to be easier for me to go through and do this because the weather is lovely. Unless, for example, like the heat wave comes, and I hate heat waves. And then this is the weekly planner. Now, this is something you can also screenshot and you can execute on yourself. So my plan, I'll most likely implement this. I'll either do it every single Sunday or Monday or whatever. I sit down and say I'm going to do this. But this will be the plan. Cold calls. This is basically it. I don't really need to even explain this. It's completely self-explanatory. You can just go through and look at that. And that is it. That is the So 100 days of this challenge. If you're somebody who wants to get on board 100%, like I've said, the easiest way for you to do this is to just take the transcript of this video, put it into Claude and ask Claude to replicate exactly what I have said and what I'm going to go through and do. And I highly recommend all of you can do this as well if you're in that season. If you're not in that season, by all means, don't have to come and stress yourself out for this. But this is what I want to do because I know that I have so many content ideas that are just stocking up in my head that for me, this is like my therapy. This is my journal, just getting it all off my chest and all out of my head, and I can just go about my days, and lo and behold, I could grow a whole entire personal brand just from me talking to the camera, which is something I enjoy doing anyway. So yeah, other than that, hopefully this inspires somebody. If not, just keep watching along and hopefully just enjoy the journey, seeing what I do. I'm still going to be thinking about how I'm going to be showing all of this stuff, but lo and behold, the plan is to go through and show all of this. But thanks for watching the video up until this point, and I will see you guys in the next video.